Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm actually going to be showing you guys the base that I built in my previous video. If you guys watched that one, my solo only 3x video. This is actually the base that I used, except for it was a little less big, because this base is usually for like a 6 to 8 man team. Is great for, you know, large team sizes, but since it was just by myself, I basically took out the open core of this base. So let me get into the tour real quick. They have 4 external TCs that are also disconnectable. All you got to do is, you know, come in here, you know the deal. Put it down, it disconnects. That's with all of them, by the way. All of them got the same thing. So, and then in here we have our gatehouse. We can put lockers in there, and then beds down here if you want. And then coming into the compound, we have 2 turrets right there, depot boxes, and then we also have furnaces that, if you put them in the right way, can also work as a wall. So if raiders breach through your walls, they also have to go through your furnaces. And then, of course, our metal barricade, so they can't go above. Oil refiner, wherever you want to put it. Same thing on all sides. And then, you know, we have a sheet metal door, you know, to your shell on each side. It's the same thing over there, but coming into the shell, we have, of course, windows with ramp peaks out. You have the option of either putting this at this height, or you can put it down one more. It doesn't really matter, you know. You can do however you like, because right here, you know, of course, you're going to need to put in a breacher. The other one, you don't need to. It's honestly preference, because you still get great visibility no matter what. Here's the other door to the back side of the compound. You know, you want to have as much mobility. Is that the word? Mobility. I'll go with that. And then, of course, we have our inner peaks. We'll get into that from above, but first it's going through our front door. You know, of course, we have our airlock. Coming into here, we have our research bench and kind of our airlock. And then, of course, our first level of our base is going to be high quote eventually. You probably won't do this in the beginning, but you have your 3 furnaces right there that'll lead to your jump up. You can fit a tier 3 in a box right there. And then right here, we'll have our TC. And of course, you can put, you know, your standard 4 boxes in here if you really wanted to, which most of you end up doing. Repair bench fit on this side. It's pretty much, it's basically symmetrical as the other time. And then we also have more storage on here. Oh, I'm trapping myself in. And then as we go up to the top, we have our furnaces that will also work as a jump up. Going into here, it is, you can add 2 more beds. You can add more if you really want to, but, you know, more boxes, more storage. And then going up to here, to the 3rd floor, we have beds, lockers, and then you could also put batteries if you want. And then finally, going up to the ladder hatch, which is the same thing on the other side if you're wondering, we have our open core, you know, plenty of more storage everywhere. And then we have defendable peak from the tops, 2 turrets. And then you can also defend from your peaks. And then from here, we can access our inner shell peaks and our wide gaps in our shooting floor from here. These are customizable. You don't have to do them like I did, but I figured that, you know, you can put sirens in the places where you can fall down, but on this server, you're limited. But, you know, you get the gist of it. And then, of course, wide gaps all around the base. Pretty much a hole. Basically come right outside your open core from this door, you know. You already seen this. You come outside, and then you hit this ladder hatch, and then boom, you're into your 2nd layer of peaks, and then also your defendable open core through here. You know, you got 4 bed respawns. You can put lockers and batteries up here if you really wanted to too. You know, turret access, and then these peaks are nice. It gives you so much visibility because you're obviously high up. You know, more peaks, you ramp peaks, some more. All this pretty much throughout the base, the same thing. And then this might be there's a lot of this around the base. It'll be explained later. It's all for stability. And then from here we can go back into our defendable open core, and then on each side it's the same thing. You can defend your jump up through the window, you know, got ankle biter peaks. We come up to a roof, and then we have 4 defendable turrets, all MLRS protected. And then of course you can put ramps or boxes if you want to peek out through these. And then you have 4 windmills. Now that we're done with our tour, we can actually get into the build. Alright guys, so now we're going to actually get into the build itself. Our starter is also, it can be, if you had the materials for it, you can make the whole thing on its own. But we're just going to start out with stone here, so you can always just upgrade it later. But just for the simplicity of the video, we'll do this, and then basically we're going to make a star. And then from here, we're going to do 2 squares. You can do a whole 180, turn around, 2 squares, and then in between these, we fill them with triangles. So from an aerial view, your footprint should look like this. Basically a star, and then foundation coming off, and then fill in the missing spaces. Now, excuse me, it's going to be a 1x1. So let's just say you don't have the materials to finish it, or do the whole base. You just put down this, and then you can also just, you know, for an airlock, you can do that. And then, yeah, basically, you'll just put everything down like this, like so. And then you have your TC and your boxes. You could put your box down in this corner. Make sure you put it down in here. But before, if you want to make sure, boom, triangle. And then on the inside, you could do this. And now we can place our TC and make sure it fits. Make sure it's completely flush and straight. And this is I'm placing through a wall and it's not enough space, but it's lying. There we go. And then of course, just for time's sake, I'm not actually gonna place the boxes because I don't know, we don't got time for that, okay? And we can get rid of this because we're actually gonna put our furnaces there for our jump up. And then we can basically enclose the base off, but first make sure you put a wall here, and then you can fill in the rest of it. So all like this, and then wall there, and then this is where basically our airlock is. Boom, just like that. And then we have our little starter base, and of course these will be loot rooms like you've seen before. We'll wall this off because our jump up's going to be on the other side. Boom, get rid of those, and then we put our roofs on. And then right here, don't forget, we can place down our furnaces right here for our jump up. Boom, boom, boom. So if you've done it correctly, you can place 3 right there. Of course, storages, you can put your repair bench there, and then your workbench there, and then a research table there if you want. And then now coming onto our second floor, it's basically just going to be the same thing. You can fill it in all around. Just like that. And then of course, it's pretty much the same thing. It's really simple. Second floor is just going to be dedicated to more storage. And then right across from your first jump up is going to be your second jump up. Except for this one, you don't have to use furnaces. Yep, it's going to be more storage. Repeat the process on all 4 sides. Put your roof on. And then, of course, you can put your frames because you'll be adding doors later and garage doors to everything. And now, before we get onto our third floor, we want to make sure we are able to honeycomb the base ourselves. So, of course, slap a door on. I would assume you've done that already. But basically, put your honeycomb down. You're going to be triangles just everywhere, basically. This one, make sure you have this one in the middle. You don't have to put it, but I would highly recommend for this build. It's going to screw some shit up, so just place it there. Please, just do it. Don't yell at me in the comments just because you didn't do it, alright? Place your footprint to your honeycomb. Now, the base should be looking like this from above. Of course, your normal footprint, and then you have your honeycomb. Your front door right there for reference. And then, from here, obviously, you can just fill it in. Alright, boom. So now that we're done with our honeycomb, our base should look something like this. Of course, you can add another door here, of course, or else your base won't be accessible. No shit. Then, now that we got this done, we can do our third floor. Our third floor is not going to be honeycombed because there's really no point to that. We want to make sure the upkeep is good. Nobody's really going to be going into your third floor like that. And we also want to leave the space for, beds, batteries, and lockers. So from here, we're going to want to fill in our roof. Now, this part is important, okay? Keep this part open, okay? This triangle, okay? Let's say, for reference, you're looking through your jump up. On your left and right, it should be symmetrical. It looks like a circle. Leave this one above you open, okay? You're going to be putting your ladder hatch here later. It's going to be a half wall up because we're going to do our open core. And this is going to be our way into our open core. So, do not close it off. I repeat, leave this shit open. Don't yell at me in the comments because you fucked up. Now, this is where shit gets tricky. We are going to add our shell, alright? Now, you can follow this pattern. It's fairly easy. Listen. Don't fuck this up. It's almost impossible. You can't. Don't mind me. I look like a meth head. I just got off work. Triangle, square, triangle, square. All around the entire base. Like, literally look at it. All you do. The entire base. Alright? All around. Now, just fast forward when we're done with this. Alright, cool. Now that we're done with this, we now, if we really want to, can add our doors. Now, it doesn't really matter too much, like where you put your doors, but I recommend putting your door on a triangle platform because we're going to be adding windows on these because, we want to add our ramp peaks. Of course, All right, so we're going to just, wall in stuff and then put windows where we can. You don't have to do this. You can put a window here if you really want to, but I'm not going to. Now, leave this one open. You're gonna put a door here. This will be your front door. Or your back door. My bad. Don't make fun of me. I said back door. So now, of course, above, once your shell is done, it should look nice. Boom, boom, boom. See how simple this is? I wouldn't have this here just because when you're raiding and you're trying to defend from one side, you might get shot from your side. So I would recommend having your peaks like this. So this is your front door. It should be exactly symmetrical with your back door. Same thing. Pause. I don't want no sus ass comments in the fucking. Just don't do it. All right. Now from here, of course, you can obviously upgrade the base whenever you want. Alright guys, so I fast forwarded and upgraded the whole base to sheet metal because, you know, it's realistic, you know. Ignore that. Alright guys, so now that we're done with that, we're going to be building the rest of our shell. We can go up. We're basically going to be going up 3.5. I'll show you guys. So just fill in your shell like so. Alright guys, so now that we got this done, we can get done our wide gap so we can get our external TCs down. So to do this, just for reference, you can start at your front door. For this one, alright guys, pay attention since we're now doing our wide gaps and we're going to be setting up our external TCs. So, of course, if you haven't done wide gaps before, this is what you do. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the fourth one, you just stand on it and delete the other 3. And we build back with triangles. And then we delete the other ones. And then for this one, we place a square. And then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get rid of this one right here. And then we can get rid of the ones in between right here. And now we can build up. Now, we're going to repeat that same process on the exact same side. Now, listen, when I say exact same side, I mean the one parallel. So, if we go up and straight to the other side, we will do the same exact thing. Repeat the process. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Build back with triangles. Delete, 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 delete. Square. Remember, we're going to go. Oh, so I'm having a seizure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. And then, of course, we're going to build up. But right now, we'll just put down 2. Get rid of that. I'm gonna lose my mind. I can't. Now for the other sides, it's gonna. This is. You're gonna be building them from a window. That's how you know you're doing it right. Okay. But make sure when you build it from a window, it's coming from the square. Okay. The square should be on the side of the base. Should be symmetrical. All right. If you want to, you can go in your shell and like mark it. Okay. This is what it should look like. I want to make sure nobody's getting mixed up. I want to make sure it should be simple as possible. Okay. So make sure. Don't put an embracer in here yet, okay? Because for some reason, it won't let you place the foundation, all right? So, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of those. Build back with triangles. This wide gap's going to be a bit different. The footprint for this one is going to be square, of course. And then we're going to do 1, 2, square. 1, 2, square. So, it should look like that. And then we can get rid of those. And then we can put wall frames that will connect them. And of course, we will build up eventually, but we can just go up too high for now. We'll finish it off later, you know. Of course, we're not gonna leave it unfinished ever, never ever. Do this on the same exact side. Just a reminder, it should look like that from the inside of the shell. Look like this from a little far view. Come back here. 2, 3, 4. Delete, delete, delete. Back with triangles. Delete, delete, delete. Remember, square. Triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square. Delete that one, delete that one. We don't need that one. And then we just build up wall frames. Now, at this point, you might be noticing you can't build up with straight wall frames because then you're going to be half a wall higher. So, basically, after you do the second one, you're going to add half walls, but of course we're going to have the hard side facing out, so we're going to place half walls on top of the second layer of wall frames. This is for visibility. I wouldn't recommend putting it at the bottom or anywhere else because the visibility might not be the best. And of course, if you really wanted to, you really could raise the foundations, but this is not necessary. I just prefer doing this way. You know, do what you want. But yep, and then we can finish by putting these here. Easier said than done, of course, because I'm flying, but it's obviously going to take you guys longer in game. Just make sure. Try not to fall. Maybe craft some netting. Make it a lot easier. Now from here, of course, we will make our external TCs. So we're going to place one square. Now we're going to place our gatehouse. 2 triangles on each side. This side, this gatehouse has been done previously in other YouTube videos. I'm forgetting who did it, but if somebody can, figure out who came up with it, shout outs to them. At them in the comments. Basically, fill this in right here. Ceiling right here. Right here is going to be a shop front. We'll put right there later. And then right here, put a door. This right here in this area, we can fit a locker. We'll have this facing outwards, or you can put the door down after you put the locker, which is what I recommend. Have our door facing inwards because it's easier to get in and out that way. And then we'll have our window or our embrasure right there. Basically, from here we can do our gatehouses on all of our sides, just like the same thing. We're gonna place a square, triangle, triangle, door frame, window, wall in, doorway. Fill that in, give it a roof, and then wide wall frame, and then we're gonna do that on every side. Basically, we're gonna go triangle. We're gonna do a half triangle, so it's like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna go foundation, and then 3 triangles like this. Okay. Now we're gonna get rid of this right here. Okay, and this part right here is where we're gonna make our external TCs. And of course, I don't know who came up with these external TCs. This is just the ones that I do. I remember. Fill this in. And remember, make sure these have to be half walls. This is for stability. Make sure these are half walls, or else they won't be disconnectable. All right. Now we're going to bring in our TCs. We can put it in this corner. I highly recommend you put it before you place the window, or else it's going to be hard to place this. It'll be annoying. We can put a window there, and then we can put a door. You can put something in between here if you want, but we'll leave it for now because we're on a time crunch. And then make sure you do it like this. You do square, triangle, 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 and then you place that one in the middle. This one right here should be placed last. So that one, that one, that one, that one, and then this one. And then, of course, right here, leave this. This one needs to be stayed because we need to be able to put our roof thing here to disconnect it. And then we're going to do that for every single one of them. It's just going to be the same process. All right, guys. So now you should be all done with your external TCs. And now we're going to put our finishing touches onto our gatehouses. So this is fairly easy. All I need to do, boom, just like that. Place half walls, fill in the tops. And then this is where stuff gets advanced. You should be... Hopefully, you're not prim locked and you're not a drone. You have some turrets by now. We're going to be putting turrets here. Boom, boom. And then, of course, we're going to repeat this on every side. And then we can put boxes here. Doesn't have to be insanely perfect, but, turret, turret, box, box. And now, this is another part you need to pay attention. Notice how I place these. You can do it the other way too, but I just find it easier to do it like this. But, we'll get rid of them later. Just leave them twig. You don't have to upgrade them. But this is where we're going to take these and we're going to put our metal barricades because we're going to be putting our compound down. And then this, it can be tricky, so just watch how I do it. Boom, like that. You can get rid of it. It won't break, okay? You do it on the same side. Boom, get rid of it. And now we'll place this one in the middle. And then try and repeat that on every side. All right, boom. So now all of your external should be down along with your gatehouses should be fully protected, And at this point, I would assume once you had the footprint down for your, gatehouses, you would have went and put your high walls down connecting them. But in case you didn't or you wanted to see it, it should be fairly easy. You go 1, and then we can do it on the same thing on the other side. Put 1 there. And then from here, we can place 2 more. 1 there, 1 there. So it should be 4, okay? 4 on each side. Boom. And then, of course, you can put your large furnaces down. That'll create an extra layer of protection. And now we will get on to the actual base build itself. We can resume building the base, and this is where we build our open core. So we're going to scratch everything else real quick, grab some other stuff back. And right here is where we're going to do this. We're going to go like boom, 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 just like this. Place a floor here, and then we'll place triangle ladder hatches right here. Like so. Now we're going to put that there and there on the other side. And then we're going to do this here on every side. Just like this. this is the easy part, okay? So we can start off by doing that. That's the easy part, okay? Now we're going to fill this in too, because that'll be our entry to our peaks. Fill those in, and then we can also have these put in right there. Now we will go. This is the easy part. Go up like this. I recommend building like me, like this. Just go in the same pattern I'm doing it, okay? Now we're going to place half walls or triangles right there on the half walls, like so. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Boom, boom. Just like that, fam. Now this is optional. You can either have it like this, or you can get rid of these and just have more boxes down there. Do what you want, stupid. I'm honestly just gonna keep it like this. Go like that. Get rid of that there. Boom, boom. Stupid. Now, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to actually start adding our defenses. So, right here, if we're looking outwards, it should be on the left side, okay? Same thing on here. Left side, okay? So, if you're looking through the window, you should be basically holding the other door. Doesn't really matter which way you have them opening from. But basically, I want to make sure we fill these in. Fill this in too. Be careful, don't fall off. Don't be a drone. Huh. You can fill these in before you put these, but, you know, it is what it is. Do what you want. Alright, now that we're done with this, we can start placing some of our boxes, and I can show you. You don't have to do them exactly like me. You can. This is just like the standard way of placing a lot of the boxes. Boom. We can do this on this side too, the same exact thing. And then, now we can honestly put our roof on because I want to make this realistic, or you don't have to, but you know, we'll just start covering stuff up. But before we do that, don't actually cover it up. We need to place our half walls here, because we can reverse those just to make it look nice. Do like that. Oh, like that. But yeah, we can go back to placing our boxes. Do everything. You can skip this part. Placing boxes is boring. I'm just doing it for effect. Alright, now that I've placed all the boxes, you don't have to do what I do, but one of the things that I'm going to show you is you can fit another box. You can just place those two, make sure they're fully backed up against there, just like that. And then when you go to place down the boxes back here, make sure these are still, you know, slided over to the sides, but still flush up against the back of the wall, so you can, you know, place your box right here. I'm too lazy, as you can see, it's not perfect, but just make sure you can place both the boxes like that. And now we can start putting part of our roofs on. Just don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't try and freestyle this ahead, because this is one of the parts is kind of tricky. I need to show you guys. But basically, we're just going to add wall frames for stability. Just place wall frames, just like this, okay? Now, basically, this, we can leave this for now, because we're going to make our entrance to the top part in a second. We can place these here, though. Alright, now let me show you guys. We're going to come out here and we're going to do our, basically our peaks. We're going to go like this. Okay, you can do the same thing on the other side. Boom, boom, okay. Now, we're going to go to the, you can go through the other side, do the same thing. Same process. Just like that, okay. So yeah, once you have these down, just like this part's going to get a bit tricky, but just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. We're going to build this part off of this part. So when I mean this part off of this part, very vague, I know. But these are built off of this wall. But these ones will be built off of these walls, okay? Now, I'm going to parkour like this. And then we're going to come towards where we have our door at. just like that, okay? Boom, boom, connect them, all right? Do the same thing on the other side. We'll just make it quick. Of course, you can jump from there over to here. Boom. Connect them just like that. Now, place that and place that. Of course, do the same thing on the other side. Place that, okay? Now, this is optional. You can do this how you want. I'm going to place this here and then place it right here. Of course, your inner peaks. Maybe if you just want to freestyle and do it how you like, you can. And then we can place this like that on that side. It's the same thing. Just fill that bitch in. Boom. Now, your shit should look like this. All right? This should be it, okay? Yo, chat. No weird shit in the comments, okay? No weird shit in the comments. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. No weird shit in the comments, all right, chat? Don't be weird, all right? All right, now, this right here, we're going to build this up, all right? It's honeycomb, okay? This is the honeycomb. Build that up. Okay, we're going to need this. We can get rid of this. Get rid of this, too. This is important, chat. This is important. Pay attention. Chat, this is what we're doing. So, go here. Place this on each corner. A triangle frame. Okay. Now, connect it with one of these. A square frame. If you stand here and then raise it up, you should be able to place it like that, okay? I'm going to do that on every side. Now, from here, you can fill this in. And notice, what's this? I can't place this. I don't have stability. Oh, no. Do not worry, little Timmy. This is going to be open. You know why? Because from you seen earlier, we're going to put a turret here. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, bop. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, bop. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to put this here and that here for stability as well. Just because... do what you want, do what you want. You feel me? Now, you can leave this open or fill it in. I'm just going to fill it in. We don't really need it that much, you know. But basically what we're going to do now is we're going to go down here. We're going to place this and we're going to place that. Half wall frame. And now if you get rid of them, they should stay. And now you're able to place a little roof on that. And your turret should be able to defend your open core. And all of this, you can defend from too. Now, this is optional too. You can have this open, and you could do like this, so you have more peaks like this that I have to worry about. Or you can just go ahead and fill it in if you really want to. It doesn't matter. This part is really optional. I'm just going to fill them in now for simplicity. Just like this. Do what you want though, you know. So now that we have all of this down, we're going to get rid of this. We don't need these. Now we're going to go into our top part. Now that we've made our defendable open core and our open core, we can now get into finishing off our wide gaps, which really just consists of placing this shit and then rise up our shell and make our actual shooting floor. So floor, triangle, triangle, fill it in like before. This should be fairly easy and explanatory. All right, now you're basically looking like this. And of course you can put embrasures in here. I recommend vertical ones for these. Just fill these in. And then we can put our roof on our shooting floor, or wide gaps I should say. Now that you have your roof on all your wide gaps, you need to go around and place wall frames for stability. So basically place them on the walls of your shell like so. Go around doing the whole thing. Make sure it's not going to get caught on this. You can go from that side, make it easier. And just go around doing the same thing all over. All right, now if you remember from your shell before, it's pretty simple to follow it in. It's just square, triangle, and then just the same pattern, square, triangle all around. Or depending where you start, triangle, square. But basically, oh, I fell down from my peak. That's why it's important for you to place sirens and stuff in between all the places where you can fall down so you don't, you know. Now chat, this is important, okay? Go to the other side. Make sure, don't fill this in completely, okay? If you remember from the base tour, these two gets filled in, and then this one is a triangle, the one in the middle, okay? The one vertically parallel to this one, right here, that is a frame. All right, and the other two can be filled in because we are putting our ladder hatch here so we can get our second set of peaks and into our defendable open core. So now let's just say we go up to here. Now this level of the base needs to be finished. So what we're gonna do here, wall frame, window, that's like the same side, wall frame, window, and basically these are just normal walls. Fill this in normal walls, it's fine. Doobie doobie doo was, doobie doobie doo was. And then make sure these are the same with half walls, make sure symmetrical, just like that. Should look a little bit like that. Now it's starting to look familiar, you know what I'm saying? Now we can easily just make roof access now by putting this down and then this down. Boom, there's your jump up. Super easy, just like that. Same thing on the other side. See? Boom, 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 boom. And of course you put door and brazier if you want right there. But yep, doors, windows, doors, windows. I'm gonna cut to me doing that. Alright guys, I'm chewing on Starburst. Don't mind me. We can fill in the roof now of our defendable open core. This is the last layer, guys, and then we're onto the roof. Come on out through the door, of course, to this part. This is where we are going to get into some mischief. We're going to point to place a half wall and then a window frame on top of that. We can do this on the other side too. Half wall, window frame. You can do this both sides like this if you really want to. It doesn't really matter. Just know that if you do this like this, you're going to have to place an embrasure on this one. Or, depending on how you want to place this ramp, I recommend you place the roof or the ramp, whatever you fucking want to call it, like this. Okay? And then we're going to place these like this. Not like that, okay? Easy, easy. Fair enough, right, chat? Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. All right, it's pretty easy, all right? Fill these in with embrasures. Put an embrasure here so nobody can ladder into your peaks. That would be tragic. Don't be a drone. And then, of course, we'll do this. Boom, boom. And then right here, we're going to do the same thing. Top of that. Normal ones. Big boys. Big boys. You know. You could do the same thing here, but, you know, I can just, you know, bodying it through. Big boys. And then your fucking roofs or ramps. And then place those there. Even it out up top. And you're good, alright? I'm just going to do the same thing here. Boom, boom. Place one right there. Even it off. Place a roof ramp right there. Same thing on the other side. Even it off. And boom. Now you have your second set of peaks or defendable open core. And then, of course, you want to place frames right here from earlier. Remember, you might have seen it. Stability reasons, you'll see later. Just do it. Don't pout about it. Don't cry. Just do it. Being a big baby. There we go. Now, so we can fill in the roof now. Oh. Alright guys, so now that you're done with your second layer of peaks in your defendable open core area, I recommend, real quick, that you put these ramps here. It just provides better visibility and you can crouch peek out your windows instead of like stand spraying or standing on a, you know, wooden box or whatever. And then also make sure you put in your embrasures in all the appropriate spots. But we come back into our defendable open core. We can, right now, while we're here, place all these for stability. You'll see it later. Just place them everywhere. Stability is always key, you know. Can't go wrong with some good stability, you know. Boom, we have all these down. We can go ahead and put some lockers and beds up here if you really want. I'm gonna go do it real quick. You don't have to watch me. So if you guys can see right here, you can actually place 3 beds and 2 lockers if you really wanted to, or you can get rid of the lockers and just place 4 beds here like you've seen in the tour. But, you know, we're going to make a little MLRS ones. So we're going to place window, window, window on each corner. Do that over here too. Window, window, window. Do this on the opposite side. Window, window, window. And then we can also, while we're here, make our little door going onto the roof. Boom. Boomba. and then place our roof on top of this. Boom. And then here is preference. See, you really could realistically do something like this, and then it connects it. Or what I like to do, like you've seen before, is just 3 roofs. Yes, there's gaps in between, but I kind of like it because sometimes it's better for peaking wise. Do what you want, you know, still, it's your choice. Customize it however you want, but I'm just going to go and throw them down like this because this is how I like it. And then, of course, put your embrasures in the appropriate spots. Alright, guys, so basically how we're going to make this, we're just going to go over to them. We're going to go here. The only one that should be a triangle is this one. It should be coming off of the square one, pointing inwards towards the base. So you place it like so. You can come up here, and then maybe you probably have to come to the side like this. You place it like that, and then the other ones are going to be normal roofs. So like that one, and then this is going to be tough, but basically you'll probably have to jump off like that. Okay, and then that'll provide a coverage so you can place your turret and it won't get hit by MLRS, hopefully. Boom, it's protected. You do that on all of them. Now, guys, of course, while you're up here, you can place beds and lockers wherever you really want. I would recommend placing your beds like here, so that way you can also use them to crouch peek down. Yeah, and then you can also place your lockers wherever you'd like as well. You can place them up against these two. You can also place your beds up against these if you really want, just so they're out of the way. But I recommend you place them here just so you can use them as a, you know, a stool, so you can crouch peek out of your embrasures. And then, you know, obviously, you really could just place a ramp here, but, you know, it is what it is. Do what you want. Alright, guys, so now when we're getting ready to place our windmills, remember why I had you guys place that goofy looking thing right here? It's so that way we can place our windmill. So from here, what it looks like on the roof is, let's say you're coming out, you're standing in the center of the base, or you're just coming out from there. It's your whole circle here, and it's this one right here, okay? Go straight down. It's this one, this triangle right here out of your circle. So 1, 2, 3, and then also you can go all the way up like this. We're just gonna go 3 up, and we'll do that on the other side too. And then for our other 2 windmills, we can build them off of here. Only have to go 2 up because it's already connected. Boom, just like that. And now, once you're up here, of course, place these. Alright, guys, one thing real quick that I left out, make sure down here, when you go to place your windmills, you actually have a little wall frame here, because it does contribute to the stability here. As you can see, it's only one under this wall, so make sure you do have a wall frame right here. Same thing on the other side, okay? Make sure there's a wall from here for stability up here. So now, let's say you're up here, you're getting ready to place your windmill. It only needs something like that, so we can stand off to the side. We can go ahead and grab our windmill. And then placing it is not too hard. A lot of people make it seem difficult, but basically, we just crouch, move forward, place it, and then it should look like that. You can delete that, and let's just assume we have netting or something to get down, and then we could leave it like that. And we're going to go over to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. Step off to the side, push it forward as far as it can go, and then boom, delete that, and we're all good. Now we can do the same thing over here. But yeah, here you go. You guys have your windmills just like this. Your roof should be looking pretty clean, you know. You got some lockers, you got some beds, whatnot. Now, all we have to do is put on the finishing touches. Alright, guys, so basically we're on our final part of building the base. It's super simple. You just put batteries and beds and lockers and maybe mixing tables on your 3rd floor here. Of course, you have your jump up and jump down to your 2nd floor. But the rest of the time is basically just going to be placing garage doors and whatnot pretty much everywhere else, filling it in with boxes. So while you guys, I don't really have to explain that, you know, you can put garage doors anywhere. I'm just going to go ahead and do that and show you guys the final cost and upkeep of everything. So I'm going to go do that. Here you go. Here's your upkeep, not too bad. Let's go take a check on each external TC. Should be exact same on all of them. Here we go. Roughly 2K, or I guess you could say 1.8. But here you go. Now we can take a minute and admire our brand new base, the Stokely. It is very magnificent. Great for a 6 to 8 man. Wide gaps, you know, all around the base. Inner peaks, shell, you know, open core, plenty of turrets, easily defendable. This is as good as it gets, basically. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for using my base and following this tutorial. I hope you guys have a great success on your wipe, and I hope this base does you well. If you guys want to see more, I have plenty more bases I'm ready to, you know, take out of the vault and show you guys. So leave a comment. Let me know if I should show you guys some more base builds. But with that being said, I'm out, y'all.